Hey, board gamers. Hey, board gamers. BJ from Board Game Gumbo here, back in the Gumbo pot, getting ready for the launch of Gumbo Live 2.0. We're starting tomorrow night with a big announcement. We've got Jeremy Howard from Man vs. Meeple coming in. Man, we haven't talked to him in a couple of years. It's going to be great to visit with him. Jeremy was one of the first, not the first guest, but one of the first guests that we had where we kind of changed the format of Gumbo Live to talk more about what games everybody's been playing. Remember that? And Jeremy just brought that energy. I can't even tell you how many times Jeremy's been on the show. I should research that before tomorrow night, but it's going to be fantastic to get to visit with Jeremy. We've got a bunch of topics online. Mainly, we're going to be talking about some of the games, what's been happening with Man vs. Meeple. Also, he's got kind of a new job in the industry, and I'm curious to hear what's going on with that. There is a bug going around here in Acadiana. It's knocked out Jared. We were supposed to play Concordia tonight, but we're not able to do that. It's also knocked out a couple of my family members. So hopefully my voice is going to hold out for tomorrow night. We'll see. But assuming my voice holds out, we're going to be visiting with Jeremy Howard tomorrow. We'll be talking about Dice Manor, Isofarian Guard, and Federation from him. I'll probably get into some recent plays we've had of Volonimo, a cool little card game from Bruno Cathala and 25th Century Games. Verla is going to stop by, I think. And if she passes by, she wants to talk about Toledo, which is going to make me happy because I love talking about Toledo every chance we get. Jay's not going to be able to join us, but of course the name father will be there, and he's going to help me run a brand new game for tomorrow night. We're debuting. I mean, why do something old, right? I mean, we're going to go to Gumbo Live 2.0. We're not going to go to the tried and true. We're going to try something new, right? Why not? Because this show is always on rails. So let's see what happens. We're going to try to play Green Team Wins, but it's going to be our version of it, and I'm going to call it the Chat Krewe Wins. So I want to see how this is going to come out. Basically, it's going to be a version of Green Team Wins with specially designed questions for Jeremy and Verla and everybody else that's in there, and Steve, the name father. So I am totally looking forward to that tomorrow night. I've already got the questions, got them up here on the screen here. They're ready to go. So we'll see about that. Other than that, on the channel this week, so tomorrow night's Gumbo Live. That means that we're not doing our normal Gumbo Pot games in the Gumbo Pot on Twitch like we normally do, although we will be streaming from Twitch. That's one of the reasons I'm doing tonight's broadcast. I'm testing it out one last time to make sure we've got the Facebook and the YouTube and the Twitch going all at one time. I'm going to check these out as soon as I finish this broadcast. But so we'll probably be doing the Gumbo Live interviews. That's right. There's nothing in the pot tonight, Time Roller. We're not going to be playing any games in the Gumbo pot. We're getting ready for Jeremy Howard tomorrow night on Gumbo Live, the return of Gumbo Live, our interview show. Hey, there's Rob checking in from all the way from Iowa. I'm going to botch the name if I try to say it. Ankiki, I think it is. So hopefully I said that right. So good to see you, Rob. Tomorrow night, I know you guys will be busy doing your Dungeons Gate, your game night there. So I know you won't be joining us, but that's okay. No, we're not doing the Jambalaya game tonight. We're going to be doing tomorrow night. We'll be doing Green Team Wins with the Chat Krewe. So I'm going to throw out some specially designed questions that I've got for Jeremy Howard from Man vs. Meeple and for Verlin Steve, and we're all going to be trying to guess, but we'll be playing it along with the Chat Krewe. So. Red Fang's Time Roller. Hey, well, I guess that's Time Roller's YouTube thing. So, hey, what's up, Time Roller? So I saw you guys were streaming. I didn't get a chance to stop in because I was doing some other stuff. So let me know, Time Roller, if you guys played anything new, anything good we want to hear. Tomorrow night we're going to be talking about. Toledo, Volonimo, Dice Manor, Isofarian Guard, and Federation. Those last three are going to be from Jeremy Howard. I'm going to be talking about Volonimo, a little card game that we've been playing from Bruno Cathala and 25th Century Games. And Verla is going to be talking about Toledo. So if you've got thoughts on any of those games, you know what we're going to be doing. We're going to be hitting those games hard, and we will also be catching up with Jeremy and find out what's happening with the Man vs. Meeple channel. Also, while I have everybody here, tomorrow, let me see if I've got that up. Tomorrow, I got a notice from Button Shy Games that tomorrow they're going to be doing a big Kickstarter for 2 new games, both of them by a designer that I really like. That is Stephen Aramini's got 2 new games, River Wild and Ancient Realm. I had kind of fallen away from the Button Shy for a while. Just, we weren't doing our regular game nights at Gumbo Game Night where we at our local game store where a lot of times we pull out one of these Button Shy games and play it before the game night started, but started getting into them again. I've been playing Wild Tales, which is a 18 card pirate legacy game. I don't know how they pulled it off, but Dustin Dobson and Milan Zivkovic pulled off an 18 card legacy game. And here's the kicker. I don't know how they did this, but they're able to get a narrative storyline with only 18 cards where the cards are actually going to change. It's a true legacy game. And the story is set with the Lafitte Pirates in New Orleans, in Louisiana, in a fanciful version of Louisiana. Dice Manor, what's that? Got to check it out. Yeah, I don't know anything about Dice Manor, so I'm curious to see, Rob. We'll see what that is. I'm assuming, hey, if you guys like what Jeremy says, maybe it's going to be something for the board boys. Check out, by the way, Rob and Cam and all the rest of the board boys. They've been knocking it out of the park with their shows lately, but they've been doing some live content too. So check out those videos when you get a chance. But yeah, I want to highlight this for anybody out there. Wild Tales, fantastic little legacy game and only 18 cards. I only have a couple of missions left to finish. And then I've also got something in the mail today. I haven't even posted on Facebook yet. Today I got Naturopolis. So if you liked Sprawlopolis, this is another Sprawlopolis game in that same universe. I can't remember what the second game was. There was Sprawlopolis, and then there was, man, I've drawn a blank. Yeah, I'm getting some good stuff in lately there, Rob. So this is a standalone Sprawlopolis game. It's by Stephen Aramini, Danny Devine, and Paul Kluka. I'm anxious to see. I just literally popped this thing open. I don't even know what's inside. I'm assuming 18 cards. I mean, that is what Button Shy is, right? So we've got all the cards here. The backs look familiar. I mean, that kind of has that same artwork. A bit. We're talking that. We've got the rules. Okay, so it says 1 to 4 players. Takes about 15 minutes. That sounds a lot like Sprawlopolis, right? Agropolis. That's it. Thank you, Tom Roller. Appreciate it. Agropolis. All right, so we've got a nice compact rule book. I love Button Shy games. The weak part is they try to fit all these rules for what are not always. They're not light games. A lot of times these are big, chunky, heavy, juicy, delicious, crunchy games. All those words that you and Cam love to hear, Rob. So Naturalopolis, a standalone Sprawlopolis game. So I'll be covering that on the channel pretty soon. But I did want to highlight that they've got some more games from Stephen Aramini. They've got Ancient Realm and River Wild. I don't know a lot about them. I just got an email today, but I'm going to be looking on the Kickstarter tomorrow. That's coming up tomorrow on crowdfunding Kickstarter. Check it out with Button Shy games. Look, the Button Shy games, they're relatively inexpensive. The shipping is cheap. You always get little, if you back the Kickstarter, you usually get little bonuses like for $1 or $2, you get an expansion or a bunch of sets of cards. So it's always worth it to check it out. There it is. Hey, Topher, what's up? Topher? I'm almost ready to make an announcement. And it has to do with guitars and a friend from the Gateway Group in Alabama. Not ready to say anything yet. I don't want to spoil it, but maybe if you check in tomorrow night, maybe I'll have a little announcement. So we'll see. We'll see if there's an announcement. Rob says, Rob from Board Boys, did you know that the Flat Out Games is about to drop a Kickstarter with a new version of Point Salad? That's that Point City, I think it's called. Is that coming up pretty soon? Interesting. Point City. Well, you misspelled bro there, Topher. It's Breaux, but that's okay. I'm not gonna hold that against you. You know, I've only seen the pictures, Rob. I don't know much about Point City yet, but it is something I'm gonna be checking out. There are so many Kickstarters that are coming up. We've got Dr. Finn has a Kickstarter coming up, and I think it's tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. We've got, oh man, so much coming up. Blue Peg, Pink Peg said Point City is good. Oh, well, I love Point Salad. Point Salad is fantastic. So don't think I've played 10. Isn't there another one? There's Point Salad, and then isn't there another one that they've done, another card game? All right, so what else did I want to cover tonight? I want to cover what we're talking about tomorrow night with Jeremy Howard. Probably a surprise announcement about something happened this summer. We'll be talking about a bunch of games with Jeremy. We will be talking about Dice Manor, Isafarian Guard, Federation, Volonimo, and our friend Verla is going to be talking. We're going to have some Toledum chat. I want to hear what Verla has to say about Toledum. I actually got to play Toledum with her and Dave Duga at BGG Fall, but I haven't played it again with her. I've played it a bunch of times. In fact, I'm probably up to about a half dozen times playing it now. I want to see what she has to think about it. Oh, I knew there was something else. Oh, yeah. And we're going to debut a new game. It's a takeoff on 25th Century Games. Green Team wins. It's called the Chat Krewe wins. And we're playing that tomorrow night. So obviously we're going to be doing board game entertainment style questions. We're going to be doing those with the Chat Krewe. And Chat Krewe, you've got a chance to jump in. And you know what? There might be a prize in it for you. So come visit us tomorrow night when we check it out. It'll be on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube. Now we got all three streaming. So pick your poison. Come check out Gumbo Live tomorrow night. As you can tell, I'm really excited about tomorrow. We got the studio finally set up, got the lights working because they weren't working last week at all. But I finally got the lights working, got the camera working. I don't know this is a good time to check. How is the mic check for tomorrow? Do I need to do anything with the mic check? Let me know, Rob and Topher, if I need to do anything with the mic check. There was something else I wanted to cover. Mic is good? Okay, good. Thank you, Time Roller, because I'm not one of those podcasters that like to get right into the mic. I don't mind doing that, but it kind of interferes with what I have to do with the show. So I kind of use my Yeti as more. There's nothing I can do about it, man. It's this camera, I'm super red. It might be because I'm excited. It might also be because of the way the lights are set up. We're just going to have to roll with it. But I wanted to go over something else. Yes. I am super pumped about a game that Fort Circle Games sent me because they sent us one of the best two-player games I've played in the past few years. I will say, Watergate. That's my favorite two-player game that's come out in the last probably 5 years. And I'm not counting Match and all them, but Unmatched. But Watergate, best two-player game I played in years. But Shores of Tripoli was pretty close. Shores of Tripoli was like a bigger version of what Watergate was, right? Might have been a little bit more, I don't want to say it felt like it was on rails, but you really had to know those cards. You could kind of get away with it in Watergate and sometimes just, kind of learn as you go. But in Shores of Tripoli, you really need to know your decks. Well, their next game, which I got a question about it. Anybody that's seen this. So the first one, Shores of Tripoli, has no number on it. It just says Shores of Tripoli, and I think it's designed by Kevin Bertram, who's the owner of Fort Circle Games. The second one is called Votes for Women. It's by Tori Brown, and it's all about the suffrage movement, the suffrage movement with the suffragettes, American women's suffrage movement from 1848 to 1920. So it's a historical based game. It's also card driven from what I understand. And it's got dice. So you've got sort of this area control mechanic or area majority maybe. And you're trying to get each of the states to, if you're the suffragists, you're trying to get the states to pass the referendum so that they can get the 19th Amendment established. Obviously, if you're the opposition, you don't want that to happen. It's beautifully produced. I already opened it up last night, and it's got just Kevin Bertram just goes. He's having 25th Century and Fort Circle in your collection. You're never going to be disappointed. You're never going to be ashamed about what kind of production you have. There's not going to be any issues with that. You can show off these games, and everything's going to look good. Hey, Jake, what's up? Good to see you, Jake. We haven't played any games lately, Jake. We need to get a game going on BGA. So it's 1848 in Seneca Falls, New York. The reading of a Declaration of Sentiments has just lit the spark for the fight for women's suffrage. And the reason I bring it up is What's going on with the number one here? I need to do some research. Does anybody know why this one says number one? Chad, we've been talking about you. Tomorrow night, Chad, we're going to be doing Green Team Wins on Gumbo Live with Jeremy Howard. It's my version called the Chat Krewe Wins. And what I did is I took some of the cards. Yeah, that's right. You got to come check it out. We're going to be doing board game media questions for Verla and Steve, the name father, and Jeremy Howard from Man vs. Meeple. We'll be doing it live, but we're playing with the Chat Krewe. And by the way, folks, Green Team Wins is now available. I was in Books A Million today, picking up a couple of books for Linda for one of her classes. And I saw 2 copies of Green Team Wins right there on the shelf. I know a lot of people had said, when's it going to be in stock? When's it going to be in stock? It's in stock, and it's the best party game I have played in the last year or two. I mean, it's an easy one to bring out. We've been playing it, by the way, Chad. We've been playing with the STM, our little local board game club here at the local school near my office. And my wife just says, even the times that when I go, I can't go every Friday. I only go about once a month, but they love playing it. So they're actually picking up. Oh, is that what it is? So Books A Million still has a couple of copies from the first print run. So grab that game, Chat Krewe. If you haven't played Green Team Wins, super easy. Chad, I can't tell you how many times we played it during the Christmas holidays. I mean, it was a nonstop. We played two games back-to-back nonstop at every stop that we had with the family. And that was Poetry for Neanderthals, and it was Green Team Wins. And shout out to DJ Bell for introducing us to Poetry for Neanderthals. But, Grant Lyon was I was lucky enough to get taught Green Team Wins by Grant Lyon right there at BGG Con. So fantastic game. So back to what I was saying. What is the number one on here? Because it says Fort Circle Games. This is their second game because I have the other one, Shores of Tripoli. What is the number one? I'm just not sure. No, I haven't played the Lincoln Assassination Trial. That is one that I'm interested in. My law partner and I are both big, he's bigger than me. Big Abraham Lincoln guys. We like reading about him. A partner actually wrote a book about him that just was never published, but a really good book about life and times of Abraham Lincoln. I'd like to try it. So 7 Wonders Duel with more meat on the bone, Topher. I'm interested. It's one of the ones that I would like to try. I know that there's also the Trial of Louis Riel, I think is how they pronounce it, that Jason Dinger used to talk about a lot. It was about a Canadian. I don't know my Canada history. I don't know it, so I shouldn't even start. I shouldn't even start talking about that. But we got somebody from Louisiana. No, are you from Louisiana, or are you saying we're from Louisiana? Because yes, Board Game Gumbo is based right here in Acadiana. Although we go all over the place. We game in Baton Rouge, we game in Alexandria, we game in New Orleans. Even done some gaming up in North Louisiana. So Frankie, thank you for checking in. If you're from Louisiana, tell us where you are, because that's going to get started on a nice little chat. We'd love to talk to you about that. There's been some big gaming in Louisiana lately. And I guess the other thing we need to talk about is the dates have been formally announced. October 15th. Oh, from the North Shore. Nice. I'll be in Hammond next week, actually. I've got some work I've got to take care of on the North Shore. So I'll be over in Hammond and then heading out to Covington. So thank you for checking in. Hey, Frankie, where do you play in Hammond? It's been a while since I've been around Southeastern. Are there any? There used to be a little game store I would visit every once in a while. It's more of a comic book shop. But if there's any game store that you want to plug, let us know about your friendly local game store. But yeah, and Frankie, put it on your calendar. Hey, Chad, put it on your calendar. October 15th weekend, right here in Acadiana. It's the return of Southern Board Game Fest, what we call SOBO. SOBO is coming back. We've moved it off of the spring to the fall, and that's because, that's right, October 15th. Yeah, come on, Jeremy. You know what, October 15th. That is also the weekend of Festival Acadien et Creole, and they don't know anything about us, but we know about them, and we like to do the same thing on the same weekend, because is there anything better than being inside the game hall, playing a bunch of games together, and then looking at Jeremy Dobler and saying, hey, Dobster, let's go get some sausage. Let's go get some boudin. Let's go get some jambalaya. And you walk 100 feet outside the gaming hall, and there's 10 food trucks with every kind of Louisiana delicacy you could think. That's right. Jeremy, hopefully you'll be Jeremy always has the best Kickstarter stuff. So hopefully, Jeremy, you'll be showing off one of your Kickstarter games there. So what is SOBO? Southern Board Game Fest is a fundraiser for a great charity. It's called New Hope Foundation. It helps at-risk youth on the north side of town. Just do mentoring skills, life skills, just giving them a good chance at life. And this is their big fundraiser, so that's why we like doing it. But more importantly, for the board gaming community, not more importantly for the board gaming community, it's our chance for a nice 2-day friendly convention. We say 2 days. It really begins on Friday night. There was a lot of gaming on Friday night, a lot of music on Friday night, but it really goes all day on Saturday, all day on Sunday. We're going to have scheduled demos. So you want to learn how to play Beyond the Sun, or you want to learn how to play Reavers of Midgard, or some other big game you don't have access to, someone's going to be there, and you can schedule a time. They'll teach you the game, you and your friends to play. We'll also have giveaways. I don't know how many we gave away last year, Jeremy. We probably gave away, 50 or 60 games over the course of the weekend. We gave 25 or 30 a day, something like that. 15, 30 a day. Give out a ton of games. So if you come, there's a good chance you're going to be you'll be going home with some good games, good free games. We'll also have some vendors there. I don't know who the lineup is. Last year we had Anubis, our local game store, and we also had Little Wars. People from Baton Rouge might be familiar with Little Wars. Anubis was focusing more on the board games. The Little Wars was focusing more on the tabletop. But we had really nice. Yeah, Frankie, you got to be there. It's October 15th. You can come to the Louisiana Board Gamers Facebook page, or you can come to the Southern Board Game Fest Facebook page. You can also go to southerngamefest.com. Southerngamefest.com. Also, just hit me up on Twitter or Facebook. Just send me a message, and I'll send you all the links and everything you need to know. Or you can join the Gumbo Discord server where we can talk about it. But yes, October 15th weekend. Everybody put it on your calendar because it's about 6 months out. It's time to start. It's time to start your plans for it. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. This is going to be year 4 or 5. We're expecting about 350 people. We're going to fill up the University of Louisiana's ballroom. I mean, it's every square inch is going to be filled with gamers. I've already talked to iHeart Board Games. Our friends Jesse and Melissa are going to be back. They're going to be live streaming all day on Saturday and Sunday. Well, not all day, but for big chunks of Saturday and Sunday. So we'll have a gaming table set up with that. We'll have our GoPub alley, and the GoPub alley is exactly what it sounds like. It's our version of an Unpub. So we've got designers, we've got publishers, we've got people coming in that want to talk about. Frankie, I don't know why you haven't heard about it. We've been talking about it for years. We love SOBO. We started out with about 120 people the first year at the Science Museum of all places, and then year 2 and year 3 we kind of doubled the size of it. Let's see. So this will be year 4. Is that right? Should have been year 5, but we had one canceled. So yeah, year 4. So Frankie, we had people from as far away as below Houston up to Arkansas, all the way over to Tampa, and then every point in between. So, Mississippi, Alabama, we had people from all over, and of course, people from all over Louisiana. And the best thing is it's the same weekend as Festival Acadien Creole. So you got tons of gaming, tons of free games that we're going to be giving out, a curated 300 or 400 or 500 game library. It's a nice library. It's curated. There's no junk in there. It's all new games. We'll have a kind of a hot games area, and we'll also have a kind of a gateway games area with lots of games where people that are just finding out about the hobby can join. We had games like Seven Wonders Architects there. I don't remember all the other games, but that was one. Seven Wonders Architects was very, very popular on that. Libertalia was another one that was on there. And then we'll have the GoPub section. Last year we had the guys, Woody from Hutchu Games in Houston, drove over and they were demoing their new Hurricane game. They're the designers and publishers of Plunderbun, game that did really well at Essen 3 or 4 years ago. We had what's his name that did Playground Empire was there. I I think it was last time we had this really cool Harry Potter themed version of Clank that is out of this world, and you've got to see. Yeah, I actually did the demo. I brought up Beyond the Sun because I remembered it. I did the demo for Beyond the Sun. And I say demo, it's a full demo. You get a full teach and a full playthrough. We set aside these 3-hour blocks for a good teach and a good solid playthrough with everybody there. So it's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of games. We're going to have at least 2 going on, sometimes as many as 4 demos all at one time. And we're going to do that, whatever that is, 2 or 3 times during the weekend. So there's going to be anywhere from 10 to 20 games that, oh yeah, Sterling Birdwell. That's right. Playground Empires. Jeremy, I still haven't played it. So I always watch it. And I always congratulate Sterling on a fantastic looking game, but I haven't tried it. I don't think Hamu came this year from Colorway Labs, the old Board Game Brothers. They had come the year before and had demoed Hoop Gods and Rap Gods, but and Graffiti Nights. But I did not see them this year. I'll work on getting Hamu to come. Maybe by then they'll have a copy of Hoop Gods that you guys can see in actual PPC. The Harry Potter Clank, Topher, all I can tell you, it's wild. It's not the regular Clank board. It's a homemade wooden thing that fills up a good size 3x3 or 4x4 table. And instead of just being regular adventures, you are each part of one of the Harry Potter Hogwarts houses. And so you're casting spells and you're trying to upgrade your character as you work your way through the house while exploring this dungeon that's all Harry Potter themed. So it's not anything that could ever be sold because the game, he probably spent hundreds of dollars putting the game together. But it was an homage for his daughters who really like Harry Potter, and he really likes board games. So this is his way of getting them to do that. So yeah, so you're one of those, huh? You got to go all the way down and then take off back that. It's true, Frankie. Most of the people involved in Sobo, Frankie, to give you a little background, most of us have been going to gaming conventions all the way from Dice Tower West all the way up to Gen Con and to Origins and all these other game conventions. And we've also been to the smaller regional conventions like BGG Con or Dice Tower. Some of us have been to other places like OwlCon or Tennessee Game Days or different things like that. And we don't want a Gen Con. We don't want an Origins or a PAX or anything like that. We want a nice, smaller regional con where the focus is on gaming, the focus is on demos. But there's going to be a little bit of shopping. I mean, we obviously want some publishers to come. Is there Kelly checking in? Hey, Kelly, what's up? Kelly, don't come in tonight. Come tomorrow night. We're going to be playing a game. We're going to be playing Green Team Wins. Well, Chat Krewe Wins. We'll be playing Chat Krewe Wins. We've got the rules all set up. We got the cards all set up, and we got the guests coming in tomorrow night. It'll be Jeremy Howard from Man vs. There she is. Hey, Kelly. Man vs. Meeple. Jeremy Howard from Man vs. Meeple is coming in. I'm just kind of basically doing a test run, checking out all the mics, checking out the cameras, checking out the lights. Everything seems to be in order. There it is, Bob. Bob, I did not see you at Southern Board Game Fest, so hopefully you can come back to your Louisiana friends. And we got Southern Board Game Fest. Make sure you put it on your calendar, October 15th weekend. It'll be all weekend at the University of Louisiana's ballroom. We're going to have live games, demos, a fantastic curated library, 2 or 3 vendors for sure. We'll have streaming all weekend with our friends at iHeart Board Game. If you like to do hey, there's Bill. Hey, Bill. Hey, we haven't seen you in a while, Bill. Bill's the designer of Koi, who was on the show back in Gumbo Live. Oh, way back when. Bill, if you've been designing anything, if you got anything to talk about, let us know in the chat crew. People should check that out. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Somebody popped up in the chat. I'm just double checking this because I should have worn the shirt. Jake Bach from Draft Mechanic Podcast, one of my favorite podcasts of all time. Oh man, that's a name that I love seeing. Hey Jake, if you ever, I know you don't do board games anymore, but if you ever watch on Twitch on our Gumbo nights, you are going to see a certain T-shirt that I just love wearing. That thematic Euro T-shirt that I got from you. I wear it at least once every 3 or 4 sessions of our Gumbo pot. So I'll give you a shout out. Tomorrow night is Gumbo Live with Jeremy Howard from Man vs. Meeple, but we're still doing the Gumbo pot live Twitch streams. So we'll be doing the interviews probably, it's looking like every other Tuesday, and the rest of the streaming is going to be, we're going to stick to, there it is. Take everyone to the Carcassonne. You know, we actually streamed the Carcassonne. We did one of them. We did, and I got this one because you and your lovely bride talked about it. Danielle, let's see. Oh, we streamed Carcassonne Gold Rush. Oh, Carcassonne. Look, I did a Rodney there. Carcassonne Gold Rush. It was actually pretty good. Now, I got my wife to play Star Wars Carcassonne. It didn't go over very well. She absolutely hated it. Now, I really dig Star Wars Carcassonne. You start throwing Luke and Darth Vader and Boba Fett, and we're chunking dice and we're moving our meeples all over the galaxy. I thought it was a hoot. I'm not saying it's really good Carcassonne, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, Gold Rush, we really dug. This was actually pretty good. We streamed it. We had a good time with that. So yeah, sorry about that, Jeremy. You're going to miss out on Jeremy Howard. Jeremy Howard is going to bring the heat tomorrow night, and he's bringing the games. He's talking about Dice Manor, a game I know nothing about. Isofarian Guard. That's a game, you know, I've kind of seen people talking about. And Federation. I don't know anything about this game. He always does this to me. He brings games. I've never even seen that. Star Wars Carcassonne. Yes, actually, either Kelly or Verla. Yeah, so it's Kelly. Kelly has a copy of Star Wars Carcassonne. Kelly, you should bring that to this little convention in Alabama, because I might have an announcement tomorrow night about a certain someone, codenamed DJ, who might have an announcement about tomorrow night. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything more. We'll see. We'll see what. But yeah, Dice Manor, Isofarian on the topics tomorrow night. We're gonna be talking Dice Manor, Isofarian Guard, Federation. I'll be talking about Volonimo, which is a cool little game from Bruno Cathala, published by 25th Century Games, that's out right now, and it's a really fun card game. And Verla's going to be talking about Toledo. No, dice, always better than that dice. Yep. I think that's why I like Star Wars Carcassonne, because you got those little dice battles. It's just so much fun to do those dice battles. But yeah, Dice Manor, Isofarian Guard, Federation, Volonimo from 25th Century Games, and Toledo from Board and Dice. That's the 5 games on tap. Look, we're going to be talking about any games you want to talk about, but Jeremy's going to bring the heat. We're going to get his opinions on all 5 of those games. And there's a bonus. We're going to be playing a board game with the Chat Krewe. We're going to be playing Green Team Wins, but we're calling it Chat Krewe Wins. That's right. Chat Krewe Wins. So we're going to be throwing out board game media style questions, and we're going to try to stay on the Chat Krewe team. And Chat Krewe, you're involved. So come out tomorrow night if you want to play. That's right. You're going to get to check that out. You'll be able to throw out your answers and kind of affect how the Jeremy Howard and I are doing. I also have a couple little surprises in store for Jeremy that he doesn't know about yet. So I'm looking forward to that. So we got a big show tomorrow night. Dice Manor, Isofarian Guard, Federation, Volonimo, and Toledo. We'll also be talking about any games you have. You know that you can ask questions to Jeremy. He's got opinions on lots and lots of different games, and he plays a ton of games. We'll also find out what's going on with Man vs. Meeple. We'll check in with them, and we'll finish up with Chat Krewe Wins. That'll start at 8:30 tomorrow night, 8:30 Central. We should finish up around the 9:45-ish time period, so I can get Jeremy out of there, and that'll be tomorrow night. And then the following week, we'll go back to our regularly scheduled Gumbo Pot Tuesday Twitch streams where we play games. We play your games. We play them live. And then the week after that, I've got Weird Giraffe coming in. So I've got the designer of a brand new 18-card game that's going to be published by Weird Giraffe, and it's going to be hitting Kickstarter pretty soon, or crowdfunding. I forget. I think it's Backer Kit. But I actually have the designer, Heather, and the new media manager for Weird Giraffe that are going to be coming in to talk about the game. So I am looking forward to that. So yeah, that is all that we're going to be doing. All right. So I am Rusty. I have not done a lot. Yeah, Laissez le bon temps rouler. I'm about to say that, Bob. So, Bob, hopefully we'll see you at Sobo, October 15th weekend, same weekend as Festival Acadien et Creole. Great music, great food, and great board gaming. Come on. Okay, it's a no-brainer. Come on down to Acadiana. Come to UL. Help us raise money for New Hope Foundation, but more importantly for you and for you out there in the chat crew. I keep saying more importantly. That's not what I mean. I mean, obviously the charity is very important. It's the most important part. But, while you're there, enjoy some boudin and some cardboard and play some games with us. So, all right, so that's our little special episode of Gumbo Live, just a preview for tomorrow night, making sure we got all the cameras and lights and mics working. Everything seems to be checking out. All seems to be working good. Make sure you like our Facebook page, facebook.com/BoardGameGumbo, or you can hit us on YouTube or on Twitch or on Twitter at BoardGameGumbo. Leave comments, share the show. Let us know. We'll be posting up. That's how we get the word out about all of our upcoming shows, including tomorrow night, Jeremy Howard from Man vs. Meeple. Can't wait to see him there. You can also catch us on Twitch, twitch.tv/BoardGameGumbo, where in the Gumbo Pot, just about every Tuesday night and Friday nights and Sundays and anytime in between, we will play your games live on Twitch. All you got to do is ask. We'll find a copy and we'll try to get the game played. If not, we'll just keep playing games until we get there. Well, until next time, I am BJ from Board Game Gumbo. Thank you, everybody in the chat crew, for helping me test all this system out. I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow night with Jeremy Howard from Man vs. Meeple. Until next time, laissez le bon temps rouler.